Last time on my Crynicles,
Still think you and Phil getting back together?
we are getting back together. So you're not seeing Natalie.
Nah, she gonna be with Draymond, I assume.
So you can see me.
If that's what you want.
Yes, that's what I want.
Our ride is here. We leaving.
Y'all can go. I'm not leaving.
What do you plan on doing?
Did you just tell me what I wanted to hear so I'd help you in English?
I don't know what you talking about. I'll call you later.
Hey! What? Philip!
Yeah, you gotta get over that.
You should help me.
How?
You know how.
Wait, you serious?
Wait, I'm not ready. It hurts.
Well, what else do you want me to do?
I don't know. Can't we just kiss some more?
We've been doing that. What else do you like?
I don't know. Like, kiss my neck or something.
I already did that. Can't you just get yourself wet?
No, I can't just get myself wet. That's your job.
Well, what did Philip used to do?
Why didn't you call him and ask?
Fuck around, just mic on. Just relax. You have to relax or it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt regardless, but okay.
Shh, I think I hear my mom upstairs. Don't move.
But my clothes.
Shh. Shit.
This was only slightly more preferable than hiding under Philip's bed with his dirty cups. Athletic and otherwise. Of course, Dylan had a bedroom, but naturally we had more privacy in the basement up until his mom decided to do laundry, which was surprisingly more often than not. I swear this woman did laundry at least 3 times a week. Like, lady, get more clothes. She had to be fucking with us because there's just no other reason, aside from maybe wanting extra exercise, to walk up 2 to 3 flights of steps almost every day. You know we have to start over now.
What do you mean?
Any wetness I had is gone.
Oh,
You know, we don't have to do this.
stop it. Come here.
Well, then act like you fucking want to then. Damn.
You the one who keeps complaining about everything I'm doing.
Well, it's not stopping your dick from rising, so take the constructive criticism.
It's a compliment, and you're not saying anything constructive. You can't possibly only like kissing.
You could give me head.
Are you gonna give me a head?
Me first.
Nah.
Well, alrighty then. From the top.
Are you sure you really want to do this?
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, okay, I don't know what else to do. You're just gonna have to relax and take it. Because you ain't had sex in a year, and you're tight. You're gonna have to relax.
Fine. This looks bad, I know. And I'm not gonna make it worse by trying to animate the fucking, okay? Just know it was as painful as ever with the added awkwardness because of this attracted love. And even though I've never liked penetration, foreplay had always at least been fun. It just came so natural with Philip. After 4 years of phone sex, 3 years of sexting, and 2 years of actual sex, he admittedly didn't have to do much to get me wet. It just came with being around him. That would come eventually with Dylan too, right? If we kept at it on a regular basis, which we definitely could since we lived exactly 3 doors down from each other, hopefully we get it right by the end of the summer. I wasn't 100% sure on what a normal sex life was, but I knew someone who did.
This nigga said what?
Chris had taken the virginities of at least 3 girls I knew personally. He just so happened to be my best friend, despite breaking the hearts of at least 2 of my friends. I think he was joking.
I mean, shit, did you eventually get wet?
I mean, the condom was lubricated, so it didn't hurt that bad.
Hurt that bad? God, nigga, sex ain't supposed to hurt.
I've just never been able to have it consistently. Every time feels like the first time when you wait 2, 3, 4 months between every round. It's of course, as soon as Philip gets a car, we break up. You know, I heard they used to ditch ACLAB and fuck in the parking lot. Man, that could have been us.
Yeah, well, all they shit coming out now, so it's ugly, but you know they dating, right?
I did not know they were dating.
My bad.
What the fuck, Chris? He's really dating her? After all that shit about them just being friends and the sex meaning nothing? I guess now he just figured since he's gotten rid of me for good, they can just be out in the open, huh?
Well, you ain't really give him no choice.
I left him no choice. He flat out lied to me so I'd help him pass English and then ditched me to be with her. Drove off with that bitch and left me sitting there looking like a fool,
I mean, shit, after that night, everybody knew you probably gave his ass an ultimatum. Date me because I'm looking like a hoe. You feel me?
He chose her. This dating thing isn't to save her reputation. We were never on a break because he didn't want a relationship. He just didn't want to be in one with me.
Oh shit, in 2 months, your ass gonna be at Mizzou, not even worried about this nigga. You finna be in the athletic dorms, your own room. I promise once you get there, you ain't gonna be worried about Philip or Dylan ass.
Yeah, you're right. I'm glad it happened because I don't think I would be able to get over him if it didn't. Sometimes you just kind of have to see what you really mean to people. And you might not mean anything at all.
What? I don't believe that.
Why can't you believe it? They've apparently been fucking since December, according to their friends.
Yeah, but Phil doesn't like Natalie.
He liked her enough to fuck her.
That doesn't mean anything. Sex doesn't mean anything.
It meant enough to him that night to where he was okay with never having it with me again.
I doubt he thinks that's the case.
Well, it is.
If that nigga was smarter, he could have had sex with all three of y'all that night. He could have hit Caitlyn either during or directly after prom, Natalie when he went to pick her up, and you if he would have found you to apologize later on that night. What a fumble.
There's no way I would have after that.
A few weeks ago, you were swearing you would never let me hit either. Yet here we are.
Fuck you. That's different. You didn't publicly humiliate me.
What about in 8th grade when you asked me out and I rejected you?
Like 3 people knew about that.
Nah, me and Jared definitely were going in on your ass the next day at lunch.
Y'all are dicks. Why?
I mean, I didn't really know much about you other than you were weird.
I was not.
You kinda were, though.
How?
Your Facebook posts were all like anime and random notes and depressing lyrics, and you wore those bows every day. You're not gonna bring those to Mizzou with you, are you?
Well, I wouldn't want to be the weird bow girl there, too.
Good. Trust me, it's best to just leave all that stuff behind.
None of that was stopping you from trying to fuck me the minute me and Philip broke up, though.
You've been maturing, don't get me wrong. You've come a long way, but there's always room for improvement.
And what improvements would you recommend?
I don't know. You're an adult now. That innocent way of thinking has to develop at some point. Like, you really held on to the thought that you and Phil were getting married until he pulled off on you. You probably still think about that.
No, I don't. I learned my lesson.
I bet if he apologized, you'd forgive him.
Okay, maybe at first I really wanted him to apologize, but it's been 3 weeks and we haven't even spoke. It's too late now. I'm over it.
You say that.
I mean that.
And this is your way of proving it? By sleeping with me?
Are you complaining?
No. I just feel so used.
Poor baby.
If you want to make him jealous, I can just tell him, you
I'm
know.
not trying to make him jealous. Honestly, I'd prefer if he not know.
So you still have a chance?
No, so people don't call me a homie hopper.
Well, it be like that sometimes.
Fuck you. It's not like I met you through Philip. I knew you first. Liked you months before he even said 2 words to me. Then, you rejected me.
When exactly did you start liking me?
You remember that day back in 8th grade when we met in those groups for like pre-sex ed or something?
No.
You know, I specifically remember because there was a football game that night. It was Friday, and it wasn't freezing yet, so everybody found a way up to North later on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you walking in. I'd never seen you before, which was weird because we were both on white teams, so I was trying to figure that out. And when you asked me if anyone was sitting next to me, I just shook my head, and you sat down and offered me a piece of candy or something. And that's when I knew. And that's why your code name was Skittles.
Your memory is scary.
Oh, I don't forget shit. Philip used to hate that because I wouldn't let him forget shit either.
But that was in the fall. You didn't ask me out till after spring break, right?
Well, I was still kind of getting over Will when I met you, so you were just kind of like on my radar until we had chatted a few times, and stupid Jared convinced me to ask you out. I should beat his ass for setting me up.
You dated Will?
I used to wish. The Will saga was so ridiculous. I crushed on him for over 1.5 years before I got the courage to ask him out. And I swore my heart was broken when he said we should just stay friends.
That reminds me, what happened to him at prom? Didn't you go with him?
Man, he walked in with me, and that was pretty much the last time I saw him. That nigga still hasn't paid me back for buying our tickets.
I can't believe you bought his ticket. Should have just went by yourself.
Well, I was trying to save face for all the good that did. And, I did ask him 3 days prior, and he told me he didn't get paid until next week. Plus, I'd been slaving at Steak and Shake, so I had cash on me. What a waste of $400.
That's not bad. I spent $5.
You're a dude, though.
Thought y'all wanted equal rights.
Shut up. At least you got your money's worth.
I guess.
What, no bang for your buck?
I mean, we did. Amy was just on some different shit.
Like how?
I don't know. She's got a lot of issues. She's too damaged.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like, you're damaged, but it's nothing I can't fix.
I'm not asking you to fix me.
You could have fooled me. You always come crying to me whenever you and Philip fight.
You be hitting me up. I can't help it if I just so happen to be sad.
And I always try to help. Like a good friend.
So that first time me and Philip broke up after freshman year because you convinced me he wanted to take a break, were you trying to fuck me then too?
No, he really felt smothered. I wouldn't have started referring to you as my little sister if I was trying to fuck. That was my way of pushing the friend zone.
So what changed?
Our proximity. Moving here with you being just a few doors down and talking to you on the regular, I guess I just started to see you in a different light.
A fuckable light.
A light with potential.
Potential for what?
To potentially do better than Phil.
Okay, so I want to point out that there were several red flags in this conversation that I completely ignored. Yes, he actually said that I wasn't too damaged for him. Like, what the fuck? But I couldn't exactly disagree that I wasn't damaged goods because it had certainly felt that way when I was left abandoned on the street like last week's garbage waiting for pickup. They say one man's trash is another one's treasure, right? Well, I was ready to be treasured again, and I was under the impression that I needed a new man for that. And y'all have to admit, he was smooth. One minute he was calling me a lame he couldn't be seen with, and the next he was spoon-feeding me just enough soup to hold me over till dinner. It wasn't long before I was completely under his spell, giving him everything he wanted, including that neck. And what did I get in return?
How long does this usually take?
Well, I've never timed it.
Are you at least close?
Maybe if you quit stopping.
My neck hurts, like my jaw can't keep this up. It's going to lock or fall off.
You don't hear me complaining when I'm down there. What about my fucking neck? What about my goddamn jaw?
I never asked you to do it till I come, though.
Okay, but I still can't come from sex, so what am I supposed to do?
We just have to keep trying. You will eventually, I promise.
So we kept trying. Not the head thing, though. Dude really didn't like doing it. And I was self-conscious enough. I didn't need a man between my legs complaining for any reason. The more sex we had, it did finally get easier. The majority of the pain subsided, and it even started to feel good. But it didn't matter how long or how good or how many times a day we did it, I just could not come. And I could tell it was grating on him. So I started faking it, and it brought us so much closer. He was happy, I was happy. It was fine, and it's not like I'd ever come before, so I wasn't missing anything, or at least I didn't know what I was missing, which is why Philip usually resorted to giving me head. And I had learned to live without him, so I guess I could learn to live without that too. Only as the end of the summer was approaching, I was starting to wonder how it would be living without Dylan. After spending damn near every night together and most of our days, the thought of him being suddenly 4 hours away wasn't something I was looking forward to. In fact, I was dreading it. Starting college was exciting, sure, but going back to sleeping alone every night? Not so much. I had somehow landed this sick single suite to where I only had to share a bathroom and a living room. I could have truly been living my best life, y'all. I'm talking about having my room door be a revolving door. Niggas coming in, niggas coming out. But instead, I would rather sit in my room every night, all night, on the phone with a nigga who wasn't even my boyfriend. And this nigga was fine not being my boyfriend for the whole summer up until exactly 3 days after I left from the zoo.
Yo,
Hey, what your name is?
Sierra, you?
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, my name's Alex. You stay in South?
Yeah.
Who is that?
So you got a boyfriend or?
Nope.
Where the fuck you at?
I'm outside.
Why?
Oh, you on the phone?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's your sex is still low.
What?
Alright, cool. I'll be back then. I just won't come back.
Why are you outside?
I'm painting my nails. I didn't want my room to smell like acetone.
You can't open the window?
I also wanted to be outside
And why are you telling people you don't have a boyfriend?
because it's the truth.
Bet.
By the end of the night, he had posted me as his Woman Crush Wednesday on Instagram and changed our status on Facebook from brother and sister to in a relationship. But honestly, I thought it was cute because I'd never been a Woman Crush Wednesday before. When my last relationship ended 2 years ago, it wasn't a thing. I was just so happy to be publicly claimed again, I was willing to ignore all the warning signs that I was seeing. So what if he had some trust issues? Who didn't? I was perfectly prepared to